Hey everyone, welcome back. So, we're diving straight into a super relevant explainer today, unpacking some brilliant insights from Dr. Bamel Chaudhur over at the Sile Heart Center. Look, we all know the work from home culture has completely taken over. We're literally glued to our screens 24/7. But what is this actually doing to us, specifically to our eyes? Well, Dr. Chaudhur breaks down the physical toll this digital life is taking, and, way more importantly, he hands us a highly structured blueprint to actually fix it. So let's get right to it and build you an actionable plan to protect that vision. Actually, take a quick second right now to check in with yourself. Are your eyes feeling heavy, kind of tired just looking at me right now? If they are, you're definitely not alone. It's the baseline reality for millions of us navigating the modern workspace. We just sort of accept the discomfort, right? We push through the burning and the fatigue like it's no big deal. But as we're going to see, brushing this off is a massive mistake. Now, the core medical philosophy we're looking at today is just fascinating. Dr. Chaudhur is famous for treating heart conditions without surgery, just using lifestyle modifications. And guess what? He applies that exact same logic to eye care. He's totally convinced that most of the screen strain we deal with doesn't need crazy medical intervention. Nope. It can be completely cured through simple, deliberate changes to our daily habits. So, how do we get that relief? Here's the roadmap. First up, the screen time reality. Second, recognizing the symptoms. Third, fixing your workspace. And finally, essential eye care habits. All right, jumping right into part one, the screen time reality and the work from home epidemic. Look, ever since we all shifted to remote work, we're essentially staring at glowing rectangles nonstop. But the magic number to keep in mind here is 5. Dr. Chaudhur points out that spending a continuous 2 to 5 hours just locked onto a computer screen, that's the threshold where the real trouble starts. Think about it. That screen is literally firing light directly into your retinas. Once you hit that 2 to 5 hour mark, you're practically guaranteeing your eyes are going to be under some major stress.
And the mechanics behind this stress, it basically boils down to the continuous glare and the fact that you're just frozen, staring at one spot. But it gets worse. If you already wear glasses or, have an existing eye prescription and you're straining to read your monitor, that continuous glare multiplies the discomfort exponentially. Trying to focus through the wrong prescription against a glaring backlight is, quite frankly, a total recipe for disaster.
Moving on to section 2, recognizing the symptoms and the physical toll. So Dr. Chaudhur lays out a very specific checklist of warning signs. First, your eyes just feel incredibly heavy and deeply tired. Next, you might catch them suddenly watering, like they're desperately trying to flush themselves out. Then comes the uncomfortable redness. But wait, here's the one that always catches people off guard. Continuous shoulder and neck pain. You're probably thinking, what do my shoulders have to do with my eyeballs? Well, it makes total sense when you think about it. When you're locked into a screen, you aren't just using your eyes. You're keeping your entire upper body frozen in a super rigid posture. Dr. Chaudhur warns that sitting completely still like a statue for hours can actually trigger a condition called spondylitis. It's an intense inflammation of your spine and neck joints. So yeah, computer eye strain isn't just an eye problem. It's a full-on upper body issue. Let's fix that. Section 3, fixing your workspace and setting up for comfort. Okay, so now that we know what's going wrong, let's do a quick workspace makeover. Dr. Chaudhur gives us 3 absolute non-negotiable rules for eye comfort. Step 1, just enlarge the text on your screen. If you don't have to squint, the strain drops instantly. Step 2, push that monitor away. Give it about 1.5 to 2.5 feet of distance to protect yourself from the light intensity. And step 3, lower the screen. It should sit about 3 to 4 inches below your direct eye level. Looking slightly downward is way more relaxing for your eye muscles than staring straight ahead, or worse, craning your neck up. And then there's the lighting, which we almost always get wrong. A truly terrible setup, sitting in a pitch-black room with a glaring monitor blasting your face. The contrast is just way too intense. A good setup, according to Dr. Chaudhur, means you've got even, ambient lighting all around you. The light in your room absolutely has to balance out the light coming from your screen. That's how you kill that harsh glare. Down to our final part, Section 4, essential eye care habits and daily practices. Now, a perfect desk setup is totally useless if your habits still suck, right? Which brings us to the most crucial point in this entire explainer, the number 15. This is Dr. Chaudhur's golden rule. Every 15 minutes, you absolutely must look away from your screen. Just turn your head, look left, look right, scan the room, break the trance. Taking just a few seconds to shift your focus every 15 minutes is literally the most powerful lifestyle change you can make to stop screen fatigue in its tracks. Oh, and alongside that 15-minute rule, you gotta remember to blink. I know, it sounds ridiculous reminding adults to blink, but when we're deep into a spreadsheet, our blink rate absolutely plummets. Blinking is your body's built-in windshield wiper system. It releases natural tears. Actively reminding yourself to blink keeps your eyes perfectly lubricated and fights off that dry, gritty feeling. Now, for some folks, especially older adults, just blinking might not cut it. Dr. Chager mentions that you might need a little extra help from lubricating eye drops. And hey, if you've done all of this, fixed the workspace, followed the 15-minute rule, and you're still getting redness and pain, go see an eye doctor. Get that prescription checked. Do not let a bad pair of glasses ruin your eyes. So we've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from the real physical toll of screen glare to the ultimate desk setup and that golden 15-minute rule. Dr. Chaudhry makes it super clear that the power to protect our eyes is completely in our own hands. So I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What small change are you going to make to your workspace today? Are you going to push the monitor back, bump up the font size? Pick just one thing right now and give those eyes the break they deserve. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.